Hello and welcome to Ed Talk. I'm Scott Lay, Nevada County Superintendent of Schools. This is the show where we talk about anything going on in our schools and in our education environment. Today, I'm really excited to talk about a project that's been a passion of mine and also a passion of my guest. We're going to talk about the Nevada County Food Services Agency. With me to discuss that is Trisha Dellis, who is our coordinator for the JPA. We'll call it, to shorten up that long name, we'll just give it the name JPA, Food JPA. She's been a superintendent here in Nevada County, and like myself, someone who is into healthy foods, wanting better foods for our school. So Trisha, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here today. We appreciate you coming into the studio.
It's great to be here, and a great topic.
It is a great topic. So I know, we've known each other for a long time. We're longtime Nevada County educators. And have always shared, a healthy food passion.
Not as much as you.
Not as much as me.
I mean, it's
but,
hard to keep
close,
up with you. You're,
but
you know,
close.
yeah.
And wanting better food in our schools, and it's exciting because that's what we're talking about today. That's the road we're on, and our goal. So I just wanted to go through that. So. Starting off with that, you are the coordinator for this Nevada County Food Services Joint Agency, as we're going to call it, the Food JPA. What are you trying to do for all of us?
Well, it's interesting. Obviously, it's been a passion. I've been on the Sierra Harvest Board off and on over the years, so there's been a connection with that organization as well. But we laugh and we say I'm the superintendent wrangler.
Right.
Because there's a group of 9 superintendents in this JPA grouping, and they all have different ideas. They all have different, goals for their particular schools and school
different
districts.
School boards they answer to.
Correct. So it's a lot. A typical situation would be one district, and changing the food within that district would be a lot easier just with one superintendent, one food service person. But we have a very complex situation here in Nevada County, and we have 9 different bosses for this situation. So, part of my job is just to keep everybody moving forward together. And it's been good.
Yeah, it has been. It was a necessary position to bring in. You said 9 of us at the table with 9 boards, 9 versions. It's something that's very unique in California. We've not found another transitional kindergarten through 12th grade operation because there's different requirements of food and nutrition at different grade levels. We're trying to put this all together for the Nevada County kids, and everybody's very enthusiastic about it. So kind of talking about our current food landscape. We have 2 districts that basically provide food for all our school districts. Now, there's one, Twin Ridges does their own, and Nevada City School of the Arts as a charter school does their own. But overall, it comes from Grass Valley and Nevada Joint Union. Correct.
And that's that adds extra challenges, I think, because you've got 2 superintendents there with their food service directors, and they're already providing food in a very different sort of way. I mean, depending on their facilities and what they have, obviously the high school district has more of a larger kitchen facility. They're able to cook a lot more scratch in that situation, and then they're pushing out to their schools. Grass Valley has more challenges in that their facility hasn't been set up necessarily for a scratch cooking model, which is what we're looking to do in the future.
Right. Yeah, more of a traditional school lunch program that you probably think about, more plastic wrapped, individual packets, which we all know creates a lot of waste, and I know they're not happy about it. They want to change, and this was an opportunity to do that. And really, that's what one of I see it on there as 2 main goals. One is to provide healthier food for all our students and staff who buy it. And the second one is to reduce waste.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of those things happening. I think there was an article in the paper this week about school districts and trying to reduce waste in their schools.
Yeah, with that. So with that, having that current landscape of food, we sat down. This really started in earnest back in 2019. And we collectively were sitting around going, okay, what are we going to do? How can we make food better? How can we all chip in to help? At that time, Grass Valley, they were the main provider. And with that, we brought in Sierra Harvest came in. They've been a tremendous part during this process. We wouldn't be where we are today without Sierra Harvest.
For sure.
Yeah.
A lot of support from them.
Yeah. And the community via Sierra Harvest.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go out and I talk in the community about this project, oftentimes people say, well, oh, Sierra Harvest, they're helping and doing that. So yes, they're definitely a partner for us. And they were able to bring in the Chef Ann Foundation to do a study and sort of an assessment for our district and our county too.
Which was huge. They did that as I think it was a 177-page report.
Yes.
Which I did read all of it, and I've done it several times. A very good report. But
I'm
Chef
not
Ann,
sure I believe you.
Yeah, I do. I did. It's Chef Ann is a private foundation that helps schools, I mean, simply put, get better food.
Yes.
And so they came in there, and because of a grant Sierra Harvest got, they were able to pay for that. And it was a very expensive report. I'm not sure the schools could have done it without Sierra Harvest's support in that and belief in the schools going. So yeah, we got that. Moved forward, we kind of fast forwarded to June of 2022. That's when we formalized the what we'll call the Nevada County Food Services Authority Joint Powers Association. That was pretty monumental because we started this, and then 2019, 2020, COVID.
Yes.
And really derailed things. Our priorities changed, but we kept this going. We didn't lose sight of it. So it was very exciting to do that. People, in the private sector don't realize the hoops we jump through in education. Being part of the government with food, being not only California regulated, but also federally regulated with the USDA.
Yes.
Tremendous amount of hoops to do anything.
Right. And COVID really made it take a hit because, instead of serving kids in schools, everything was bagged, and you got even further away from what we're looking
Our
for.
goal.
Right. Which was, in that situation, much more wrapping of things and all of the waste and all of that.
Yeah,
So
it was.
COVID took us away.
We stepped backwards, but then regrouped, kept going with the Sierra Harvest assistance, had our Chef Ann Foundation report as our guideline and our kind of our roadmap. We may not be able to do it exactly, but it's the roadmap of what we want to accomplish. And as we went around, and you were part of several tours to look at other food agencies. You went to Boulder, Colorado.
Yes, I was fortunate enough to go to the Boulder trip, and see the culinary center that they have there. And that is Chef Ann. She was the one who was the person who really pushed that forward in that community. They were able to get a large bond and fund this. So, huge facility, and just amazing what they're putting out for their kids there in that community.
Yeah.
As far as food goes, I mean, all fresh, all scratch cooked. I mean, they handed us a calendar. I kind of thought, they're just putting on a little show
for you guys.
The Californians are coming, so let's get our best foot
Make
forward.
it look good. Yeah.
But they handed us a actual calendar. And I was able to go and look at the day we were there, and exactly what they said and advertised was what was on the menu in that school, which is pretty amazing. They do a year at a time of, a complete menu.
Right.
So
that was amazing. You also went down to Natomas.
Yes, Natomas.
Here in the Sacramento area.
Yes, they have a large situation going on there as well. They have their chef there, Vince, is a trained cordon bleu chef, and so has been able to bring that fresh food concept to Natomas. And so we know it's doable. It is actually around us in several different school districts. And
we have guides.
Yes.
But I think one thing that we all found interesting is we thought we were moving slowly. And I know people, why can't this go faster? But we found out in the case of Boulder, it was a 10-year journey.
Yes.
It does take a while because, as I mentioned before, you're dealing with California Department of Education, you're dealing with the USDA, you're dealing with school boards, you're dealing with changing superintendents, changing board members, players change. So to get that and move it forward does take time.
It does. And it takes a vision, and it takes leadership and all of those things, which I have to applaud these 9 superintendents to be able to come together and make this commitment as a group and push this forward is amazing.
Yeah, almost take apart, or to push aside their own maybe district interests to what is better for all kids in Nevada County.
Exactly.
Which has been fantastic to do that, and getting everybody on that. As I said, when a superintendent leaves, new superintendent comes in, you got to retrain the new one. Like, why are we doing this? Where are we going? Get that all going, and so that always makes you pause a little bit. So let's go talk the steps to the point. The end point, our dream would be a culinary center. That's our dream. And we make it the culinary center, single culinary center, with endless opportunities then to expand, have a students working in there, providing lunches beyond the schools. I mean, there's that opportunity. It could be we end up with a couple sites providing quality scratch-cooked meals, but that's our vision. What are the steps that we're doing right now to get to that vision? Because you've got to do baby steps and then we're moving. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
I think the biggest and most exciting thing we're doing right now is hiring an executive food service director. And this person is going to be that visionary leader in this project so that those 9 superintendents don't have to have all the answers, right? As a retired superintendent, I don't know anything about the food. I barely get it on the table at home.
That's not what we did.
No,
we had people that would do that,
Right. So we're looking to have this person come in with some fresh eyes and new ideas and to really help us move this vision forward using the Chef Van assessment as a guide, as outlined, but not necessarily, we're unique. We're Nevada County. We have a lot of opportunities here with our farmers, our ranchers. So procuring local foods, supporting our community in that effort, because, if we spend our dollars here, it helps our community as a whole, instead of, going out and trying to get fresh food from Arizona or something,
which we don't want. We want to use as much local produce and goods that we can. That'd be fantastic. And we know the closer the food is to serving, the better the food is.
Exactly.
The fresher it can be with that. Now to get that, the JPA, really what you're looking at, that's all like a superintendent of a school district. This person's going to come in. They don't have any staff right now.
Right.
They don't even have a building.
No.
They have no vehicles. And they're going to come in and start learning the process and build this. But I think we all realize unless we got that person in, we were going to keep floundering. We needed that leader, that visionary to take this and really, you hear build it as you fly, and that's kind of an overused phrase, but that's really what we're doing with this.
It feels like it for sure, yes, because the answers aren't necessarily in that assessment.
No.
Because there's so many different complexities at each campus, and each kitchen has its own plan as to how they're going to be able to serve food at, Chicago Park is going to look, completely different than Magnolia, for example. So it's, the facilities are different. The population of the school is different. The needs are different in a lot of ways, and so this person has to be able to come in with with that overall view about good food and take the vision to the next level. And so we're really excited. We actually are. We had our process last week before, something. And we're looking at hiring our person, hopefully, and having that announcement sometime next week about our new visionary
leader for food, which is great. Now, while we've done that, we were hiring the executive director. Each school that's participating is also working on their sites, doing like finishing kitchens and salad bars. So, I'm going to put a shout out to Environmental Health and Amy Arani and her team, because they have been outstanding. They understand. They know what we want to do. Better food. It's hard to find someone against better food for kids. I know. But you have that impression of the health department might come in and put a little kibosh on it. Roadblocks everywhere. They haven't done that. And in fact, they've gone the opposite direction. They'll take the problem. So you don't have the drain in the floor, and they're going to problem solve around that. They've got to follow the laws, and they got to do that, but they're also giving us some wiggle room and looking at it creatively so that we can actually make the changes in these kitchens, and so that it isn't so expensive as each school takes on those projects. So, for example, Chicago Park and Clear Creek over spring break, they just had their major sort of switchovers. So they got their 3-compartment sinks and different equipment that's going to enable them to be able to take this food that comes into them and actually do some preparation there in their kitchens. That used to happen back in the day when you and I were young. Yeah, exactly. When we started out, that's how it was. Yeah, food we had the cafeteria ladies. They had the little hairnets on, and they'd slap them on. That. Yeah. Well, we went away from that, and everything sort of switched over, and everybody just started using those little. It's almost like a closet off of your gym now. Yeah, it really is the warming. Off your multi-purpose room, just a little warming area. But that's changing right now. So that's going to enable us to be able to bring in those fresh fruits and vegetables from our local farmers and be able to do some of the cutting and preparation in those finishing kitchens. Right, and that's why we're doing. You may think, well, if you're going for a culinary center, why would you be trying to get 9 entities with kitchens, upgrading kitchens, because the food will be cooked and put together at the one culinary center. Our goal, and then will be driven out that morning to be finished up. And again, like you said, fresh fruits, vegetables, local produce will be in each of our sites. So that's very cool to see that.
Yeah.
And the districts are very enthusiastic about getting it.
And the salad bars.
And the salad bars.
Salad bars are
absolutely.
huge. Some schools have them already, but most don't.
Right.
And so that's a big undertaking as well. And that's going to give the kids the opportunity to be able to choose for themselves what they like. And, it just feels kind of cool, right? When you go down the line and you're able to pick out what you want.
Yeah, it is. And it's amazing the kids' response to those salad bars. You would have thought like, oh, they're not going to like this. They want a pizza bar. And they love it.
Yeah, they do.
It is quite impressive to see kids trying different fruits, vegetables, salads. I love it doing
it's exciting.
that. With that, I know one of the things we are giving up though as we move forward, chocolate milk.
Oh, yes.
Which is a tough one because as a kid I loved chocolate milk.
Yes.
But if you ever turn the chocolate milk in a little carton, you will remember what that looks like, and you look at the sugar content.
Yeah.
It's basically your daily allotment or more is in that one little tiny sugar, in that one little milk carton.
Yeah.
So we're getting rid of that. We're also hoping to get rid of actual milk cartons because that creates a whole lot of waste.
That's right.
And do milk stations, I guess we'll call it?
Yeah, they call it bulk milk.
Milk.
But you're right, it is like a little station, and the kids get to go up there and actually do their milk themselves.
And get as much as they want.
And go back.
Little, more, not just, that's the exact, 8 ounces, that's all you get today.
Well, when we were in Boulder, we got to see it in action because everyone always says, oh, these salad bars and these bulk milk for littles, it's never going to work.
Yeah.
But these kids, you show them how to do it and they can do it. They're very capable.
Very capable. And don't underestimate them.
Don't underestimate a kindergartner. That's right. They went up and they got their own milk and their own veggies and there was very little mess.
Yeah, so it's great. We've seen it. We're working. It's exciting where we're headed with it. As you look at, you've got all the school districts in Nevada County are part of this, including my office, Superintendent of Schools office, because we run the intensive special needs program, so our kids get fed and the expelled youth. The only district that is not is Twin Ridges, and that's because they really have a really solid food program right now. So between the distance and their current program, they're not currently in the JPA, but there's certainly room down the road for them to participate if they so wish, if things change. We've got a couple of the charter schools who want to join in. I think we've got Yuba River Charter wants to be part of this, Bitney Prep wants to be a part of this, and SAIL.
Yes.
The Expeditionary Learning Charter School in Nevada City. So that's exciting. We're going to bring them in to provide those students that quality food. It really is an exciting time.
It is.
In our schools.
Yes.
Because it's something we don't know how many of us will still be holding our current positions when we're done, but it's going to be something that I'm really excited about, that even if I'm retired or whatever, a couple of years, 5 years down the road, I'm going to be able to come back and see that and go, we were part of the visionary group that started this, and the impact on our students is going to be so phenomenal.
It really is quite amazing when you think about the impact it'll have on the whole community.
Yeah.
Because, think about it. This is touching every student.
Yeah.
And we have how many thousand?
We have about 10,500 right now.
And so I believe currently with the current program that we're putting out there, we're really underserving, we don't have a lot of participation in the current program. But I'm completely convinced that once we get the new thing going.
We did a beta test really at your former district, Nevada City School District, where the high school was able to bring more scratch style cooking, and we saw the participation rates go out the roof.
Yes.
Because the kids saw it, that's what they wanted.
It was amazing.
That was great.
I had a 7 the first day. I'm going through seeing what's happening here, and I had a 7th grade boy run up to me and say, "Real food on real plates."
Yeah.
He was so stoked.
He was.
I mean,
and so we know it can work. We know it will work. Anything else that you want to add? Anything to let our viewers know about this venture?
I just think it's going to be an amazing thing for the entire community, and I know the parents out there have been asking for this for quite a while.
They have.
So hopefully, they'll see.
We say, keep patience for a little longer. We're making those steps every year. We're making those steps. So stay with us. And I would say too to our parents, if you have a question about what's going on at your school, call your school. Find out how they're participating, what they're doing. They can give you the need.
Yes.
So good. Well, I think with that, I think we'll end it.
Okay.
Tricia, thank you so much for being here today. I
thank
appreciate you
you.
taking time telling our audience about the excitement of the Nevada County Food Services Agency Joint Powers Association that we simply call the Food JPA.
And I thank you for your leadership as the county superintendent to keep this going, because I know
it can be tough, but it is so worth it for
Yes.
good food with that. Well, we'd like to thank the audience for listening to us today. Take care and have a good day.